This story is brought to us from Cincinnati.com. Out of Cincy, here's another one where a police officer was caught using racial slurs. Yep. And it's interesting that when I did the one about the police chief out of Mississippi, he was caught on, audio going, I shot that 919 times, boy. And somebody kind of criticized my video and said he didn't get a chance to explain his side. What side? That he's using the N-word as a police officer and how he shot that bleep 119 times. Now maybe he isn't racist, but you don't talk like that when you don't talk like that anyway, ever. But when you're a police officer, and specifically a police chief in Mississippi, or as they call it there, Mississippi, you don't talk like that. There's no side to explain. The guy effed up and he got fired. Well, here's another one out of Cincy. Cincinnati, a police officer was caught by a body camera in April of this year using a racial slur while stuck in traffic outside Western Hills University High School. High school. According to an internal investigation, Officer Rose Valentino said, effing N-word, I effing hate them. The statement came after a male student walking by her cruiser gave her the middle finger, the report said. So what does she say? She uses the N-word and says, I hate them.
You gotta move. Ridiculous. Is she gonna just sit there?
Copy, sir. Can you switch it up to a really fast?
Oh, I hate him so much. God, I hate this world. I hate it. Hate him.
But I get it. She's human. We all have bad days. I'm not trying to be too critical. But to use that term? How many other times has she used that term and not got caught? Now, if she wasn't going to wave and be professional, she could have been like, get out of here, stupid. Or something like that, right? No, she said, I hate effing N-word. I hate them. Now, Valentino's police powers have been suspended pending a disciplinary hearing, City Manager John Kerp said. Interim Police Chief Teresa Thiege signed off on the internal review on Monday. Kerp, who's the city manager, said in a statement, Officer Valentino will not be on city streets in uniform wearing a badge or carrying a firearm. According to the report, Valentino, who is white, said she does not have any racial biases that have affected her work and told investigators she does not use racial slurs. What did they hear on the body camera? Be like, get caught on your body camera going, F you! And then go, I don't curse. I never drop an F-bomb. What are you talking about? In denial much? Officer Valentino believed that she was being affected by her profession and has since sought treatment. Well, a lot of cops are affected by their profession. They are. You hear it day in and day out. Day in and day out. Of course you're going to get affected. But the thing is, you have to deal. You have to learn to deal. I get that. I'm sure that their occupation does affect them. But you have to stay focused. And if you can't, then you have to move on to a new occupation. Mayor Aftab Pureval, I said your name wrong, I apologize. Mayor Aftab Pureval denounced the behavior in a statement Monday by saying, I was appalled to see Officer Valentino display such hateful, angry, and racist language. Our law enforcement represents all of this city, and black Cincinnatians deserve to feel safe knowing they will be treated with mutual respect. A fair and complete process needs to play out, but someone demonstrating this behavior has no place in a world-class organization like CPD. Talking about Cincinnati Police Department. But, and I'm not going to criticize the mayor here. He's pretty correct in a lot of stuff he says here. But when he says black Cincinnatians deserve to feel safe knowing they will be treated with mutual respect, well, if it's true, and maybe it is what sparked her to go off, this kid flipped her the birdie. He wants mutual respect, right? Flip it back. I mean, that's not professional, but the mayor says, you know, they should be treated with mutual respect. Fine, flip me the bird, I'll flip it back. Hey, mutual respect, buddy. But, you know, we're not going to criticize the team, because if he did do that, well, Johnson versus Johnsonville says that you do have the right to flip off the police. You do have the right to flip that finger. It's your free speech. Cincinnati Police Union President Dan Hill said no Cincinnati police officer should use any racial slurs. He said anyone who does is wrong. Yeah. The union represents all officers during the disciplinary matters, and that every officer is entitled to a fair hearing. Well, he has to say that. He's the union president. The news of the incident came to light as former Chief Elliot Isaac and the city of Cincinnati were in the midst of a federal trial with two other Cincinnati officers caught on camera using racial slurs. That's hate crime, right? Federal trial. Those officers, one white and one black, sued, saying their punishments were not equal for the same offense. And then it goes down. There's some more that goes into it here. I'll let you read it by clicking the link in the description box. I just wanted to get this across that, you know what? When you're a public servant, you have to stay focused. Yeah, you're going to have bad days, but using racial slurs is not one of them. If she would have been like, you know what, get lost, punk, or whatever, you know, okay, I know. We'll have bad days. But to say, this effing N-word, I effing hate them. Now we know how you really feel. There's an old saying that sometimes people say, a drunk man speaks sober thoughts. Well, sometimes a sober man speaks sober thoughts. Meaning, when people speak, sometimes you know that's what they be thinking.
What's up, man?
Remy. Man, I gotta admit, you've been real polite about staying out of my way. But you ain't been honest, man. See, I figure it ain't what a person say, it's what they think. So in my mind, you've been walking around here calling me a nigga in your head. Am I right?
I don't have nothing to say to you, man.
No, I think you do.